guys, and welcome back to another Simpsons review. This one is for the Simpsons Treehouse of Horror number 23, I think? Yeah, 23. So, this was a fun one, because this aired in 2012, so there was a lot of topical stuff going on. Like, the little intro piece, they did a whole bit with, like, remember how there was the Mayans predicting the end of the world in 2012? There was, like, that whole panic that it was going to end on, like, December 21st, 2012. Yeah, the intro bit had to do with that, complete with, like, they needed a Mayan blood sacrifice, and it was supposed to be Homer, except that Marge didn't like that, so she basically duped Moe into being the one. So since the wrong person got sacrificed, they decide the world will end, but it'll be on this date, and that happened to be the date. Yeah, so then fast forward to the future, after Moe's been sacrificed wrongfully, and his head played soccer with, yeah, Mayan statues came back to life and destroyed the planet in ridiculous ways, but yeah, that's the intro bit. The first of the three segments was called The Greatest Story Ever Told, and this one also topically appropriate for it, because it had to do with, again, remember the Large Hadron Collider? When it got turned on, everybody was worried it was going to create a black hole that was going to end the world? Yeah, that's literally what this one's gist was, except that it was in Springfield instead of in Sweden, and Lisa was the only one lobbying for it instead of like a sports stadium. And of course, it did in fact create a black hole that she spotted early, and she thought, okay, I'm just gonna hide it in my basement because that's how you deal with the black hole? What? And told everybody, don't throw things into it because it'll grow and it'll take out the universe if you do. But of course, nobody could resist the urge but to throw things in it, and the more things you throw in it, the bigger it gets. And eventually, it hit critical mass, because of course it did. Except for the fact that once it did, and it devoured everything, they found out it did in fact create a wormhole to another dimension, where everybody and everything that went through it got spit out on the other end, and found like an alien race that was over there who was thanking them for all of their gifts that they sent through the black hole to them, and it like created their entire culture. Like, our favorite food is your banana peels, our favorite magazine is like these mattress ads that they were throwing in. It was like stuff like that, basically. It's cute, but at the same time, it's like, I remember the panic over the Large Hadron Collider at the time, because I remember being one of the people who was convinced it was gonna wipe everything out at the time. Thankfully, obviously, we're all still here and that didn't happen, but some people have theories that maybe that's why the world got so weird after that. Maybe something did happen. Maybe not a black hole, but maybe something did happen. I don't know. Anyways, regardless, yeah, between that and the Mayan thing, I'm like, oh, the two things I had, like, phobias over at the time. Cool, cool. We hit both of them here. Awesome. Segment 2 was Unnormal Activity, which obviously was a parody of Paranormal Activity. That one, oh god, what was it that happened in it? I literally just watched it and I'm already like, what happened in that one? I remember. So that one, basically, there's weird stuff that's going on in the Simpsons house, and Homer's stolen Ned's camcorder to film all of it to prove that it's going on, trying to get some kind of explanation for it. Long story short, turns out that yes, the devil himself has been messing with their house, trying to destroy them, trying to destroy the house, trying to destroy everything, eventually settling for he's gonna take Maggie at the end of it. And it's just like, yeah, one of you guys did a deal with the devil, and he's come for it. He's come to get his dues. So Marge finally owns up that, yeah, so when I was a kid, my sisters did a satanic ritual and kind of summoned the devil, and I kind of made a deal with him to spare my sisters, and he said in 30 years you'll have to give me your favorite kid. Yeah, it's a whole thing, and Homer's like, okay, is there any other kind of deal you would accept? And the demon's like, yeah, 3-way. And, oh, you, me, and Marge? No. Demon, you. And, oh, okay. So what's the safe word? Cinnamon. Oh, I like cinnamon. It's stupid. It's so stupid, but at the same time, it made me laugh. Probably more than it should have. And then the last segment is Bart and Homer's Excellent Adventure, which you would think, by that title, that it'd be a Bill and Ted parody. It's not. It's a Back to the Future parody. So I'm over here like, Hell yes. I didn't realize they did more than one Back to the Future episode on The Simpsons, because I remember a different one from like 2015 they did. This is not that one. This is a different one. I don't think I'd ever seen this episode until today. Go figure. So basically, yeah, Professor Frink creates a time machine that is in fact a car. It's not a DeLorean, but it is a car that has flames painted on the back. Close enough, close enough. And Bart kind of steals away into it and goes back to 1974. I forget what exactly it was he needed to get from 1974. I think it was like a comic book or something. Regardless, he goes back to 74 and he finds Homer in detention with Barney. The day that his parents would have met. And of course, Bart screws it up because time-space continuum. And Homer is choking him. And Marge is like, what kind of monster chokes a child? And Homer turns around, so you'll go to prom with me? No! And then Bart's like, but if they don't go to the prom together, they might not have me. And then he pulls up a picture of himself on his iPhone because, again, Back to the Future. And at first it fades out, because Back to the Future. But then it fades back in with a picture of him in front of a mansion. He's like, wait, or I either don't exist or I exist way better. So he goes to Marge. He's like, okay, promise me one thing. Do not go to prom with that ape. So she's like, okay. So she doesn't. And in the future that he goes back to, he's now Artie Ziff's child. And that makes him Marty Ziff. Yes, of course they went there. Of course they went there. It fits a little too apropos. And he's got like this charmed life. I mean, they're Jewish now, but other than that, like he has tons of money, living in a mansion and stuff. And Homer is also stowed away in the trunk when he went back to the future. And he sees this, and now he's mad that he didn't get Marge. Is the fault of the kid. He's trying to figure out how he's gonna get Marge back. But there's also current day Homer who's also spying on this. So they decide to work together and they get Homers from all across the ages, like literally all different time periods in history together to try to win back Marge. And that apparently somehow is love at first sight. And she runs off and marries all of them? Question mark? And that's how it ends, with her marrying all of the Homers at the same time. It's kind of dumb, but at the same time, I love it because it's a Back to the Future parody, so I can't knock it too hard. In terms of just, like, comparing it to other Treehouse of Horror episodes, it's a little, It's not bad. It's not the worst one. It's not the best one, but, I mean, it's, like, slightly above average, but at the same time, I'm like, I could see where for other people, this one might be a miss, but for me, just because of remembering that time frame, A, for the topical parts of it, and then B, just my own personal interest for the other segment. I'm like, I enjoyed it anyway. I liked this one a lot, mostly because of that last segment. And, like, they go ahead and, like, they have not quite the Back to the Future music over, but it's so similar. You know exactly what it's trying to be. It's close enough. So I'm over here like, every time they play it. But anyway, yes, I think I'd probably give this one probably like a 4 out of 5 for me personally. I could see other people maybe like clocking this one at about a 3, but for me, I'm gonna put it a 4 just because I'm biased. So anyway, that's it for this one, guys. So as usual, you know what to do. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a like. If you're not already and you'd like to be, click subscribe, hit that notification bell icon so you never miss an upload, leave comments down below. Make sure you're following my social media accounts, my Facebook fan page, my Twitter, my Instagram, my eBay, my Reddits, everything and more, it's all down below. And if you like what I do here on this channel and you'd like to help support it, the donation link, as always, is down in the description. Anyway, guys, till next time, see ya.